insightful leadership. In 2015, she built a 6,600 square foot gym in the lower level of this building. And it provides convenient workout center for our patients and staff. That same year, she opened her community garden adjacent to the building's parking lot, a place for patients to congregate, learn to plant, grow, and harvest fresh, healthy food. In response to the growing need for health care in the Dorchester area, last year Ms. Williams opened a satellite office on Blue Hill Avenue. This past October, Whittier Street opened a food pantry for its patients to address rampant food insecurities in the community. And this month, this November, a mobile health van began providing outreach health services to the homeless in the Boston area, more particularly focusing on the areas most affected by the recent opioid addiction epidemic. Ms. Williams' ever-expanding vision is constantly shaped by the needs of the people she serves. Some might wonder how we got to this point of naming the building in honor of Frederica M. Williams. Well, there is a backstory. I've heard that the late Thomas Menino, after observing all the work that Frederica did and was doing, he mentioned that the building should be named in her honor. We at Whittier experienced a somewhat rough period of seeming chaos. It occurred to me that we, the Whittier Street Health Center Board of Directors, need not fight fire with fire. We fight fire with water. As a long-time Whittier Street patient and a newly installed board member, I shared my thoughts of having an anniversary celebration with a long-time friend and a Whittier Street Health ambassador, Helen Creedle. And Helen said, why don't you propose naming the building in honor of the woman who built it, maintains it, and cultivates it? This is what we call a no-brainer. The late Thomas Menino floated the idea on the air. Helen Creedle captured that idea. And on July 3rd of this year, I proposed and made a motion to the board that the Whittier Street Health Center building be named the Frederica M. Williams Building. And it was enthusiastically and unanimously received and approved. Helen, would you please stand up? Helen Creedle. Helen? Helen's back there. Try to see her when you get a chance. Some have suggested that timing for the naming of the building isn't right. They've suggested that naming the building isn't politically correct. It might offend someone. Or maybe somebody else's name ought to be on the building. Some said, wait till Frederica retires or dies. To those who think that way, we simply say, no way. We're giving Frederica Williams the acknowledgement, the due respect, and the honor warranted while she can enjoy it. The naming of the Frederica M. Williams Building is a legacy earned and rightly deserved by the woman who built it brick by brick. Ladies and gentlemen, help me to welcome the one and only, the incomparable legacy in her own time, Miss Frederica Matilda Williams.
Champagne? Are we serving the champagne? Okay. Woo! I know. Wonderful, wonderful. Good evening.
Good evening.
This is a day of deep gratitude and thanksgiving for all of my blessings, opportunities, and even the challenges that have inspired me to try to live a life of purpose. Thank you to the Whittier Street Health Center Board of Directors for bestowing this wonderful honor of naming the Whittier Street Health Center building the Frederica M. Williams Building. Our Board of Directors have consistently showed so much trust and faith in me during the almost 17 years I have served as Whittier CEO, and I am deeply grateful for their support. I appreciate our board's leadership and their commitment to excellence. Thank you, board members, for your commitment and for all you do on behalf of our organization. In November 1984, when I emigrated to Boston from London, I could not have imagined this day or God's plan for my life. I left a close-knit family and friends in London to move to Boston at a time when most people perceived our city as being unwelcoming. The journey has not been easy, but the experiences give me the strength, empathy, and passion to serve others with dignity and respect. I am grateful to work in partnership with my dedicated colleagues to try to save, transform, and improve the lives of our patients from diverse backgrounds, including the vulnerable and marginalized residents of Boston. This day could not have happened without the love and support of my wonderful parents, the late Emmerich A. Frederick Williams and Matilda Aoife Williams. Do you see the rhyme? Frederick. And who instilled a strong foundation of faith and a commitment to serving others. It is their prayers, sacrifices, love, support. I want to thank my siblings, Emmerich, Emerica, Doreen, and Yvonne, and all of my immediate and extended family and friends from far and near for celebrating with me tonight. Thank you to our donors for their time, talent, and significant resources, Bob Mahoney being one of them. I am grateful picking that pocket. I'll be back to you tomorrow. I am grateful for their investment in this building and our futures. Without their support, we would not be able to offer the holistic and high-quality programs and services to address racial and ethnic disparities in healthcare and the social and economic inequities impacting the health and well-being of the patients we serve. I am grateful to have a loyal team of dedicated colleagues at Whittier. Every member of the Whittier team is making a significant contribution in the lives of our patients. It is the Whittier team's care and respect for our patients that make Whittier a warm and welcoming place for everyone who comes through our doors. Most importantly, I am thankful for our patients who trust us to help them along their journey to wellness. Without them, there would be no Whittier Street Health Center. You've heard from Abigail about this young girl in Sierra Leone. As a young girl living in Freetown, Sierra Leone, I was a creative dreamer with a vivid imagination. We all know that little girls with dreams become women with vision. Little girls with dreams grow up to be confident women who participate in their communities and countries, strong women who contribute to their nation's growth and prosperity, compassionate women who, as mothers or guardians or leaders, nurture and guide the next generation, boys as well as girls, towards greater equality, justice, and prosperity. Whittier is a beacon of hope to close to 30,000 people, and part of our mission is to remove barriers in the lives of our patients so that they too, like us, can fulfill their dreams, hopes, and aspirations. We have made significant progress, yet there's so much more to do. As long as there are children living in difficult situations, women and men struggling with preventable chronic illnesses, adults fighting addiction, and families going hungry because they do not have access to healthy foods. We will continue to do our best to help meet the needs of anyone seeking assistance. We will continue to serve others so that they are able to live healthy lives and reach their full potential. Thanks to all of our speakers, Reverend Kennedy, Pastor Bell, Eva Clark, Abigail Sawyer, Paul Parks Jr., Mary Cannon, a Baptist minister, Stephanie Thomas, and Bob Mahoney. Each of you has played a critical role in making this day possible. Each of you represents the many Whittier giants on whose shoulders we stand. A big thank you to all of you for being here with us tonight. Thank you. Have surprises.
Yes. So we would like to present to you a dedication sterling bowl, right, with the skyline of Boston. This is the dedication of this building.
Any other board members here tonight, please come up at this time. We're going to ask Haywood Fennell, would you come up? Haywood Fennell, friend of mine, activist in the city. staunch supporter. Make sure I get mine. I try to have a toast without me. Hey, we're going to ask you to give the toast. Who's supposed to give the toast?
We're going to have Haywood. I would like Haywood to give the toast. I'll give it.
Sorry. Pass the ballot
Wait a minute. You know what we're going to do before we have the toast? And then we want the toast to be the culminating event. We have a special guest, Michael Curry from the Mass League. Michael Curry, could you come, please? Is he still here? Michael Curry, could you come up quickly? We want the toast to be the culminating event and no more speakers. Unless y'all just want me to preach, I will preach. So we don't want to have a lot of talking. We want to get to the food and the family and the fun. So I'm going to ask Michael Curry to give just a few brief words on behalf of the Mass League of Health Centers. Thank you.
So I can tell you now, I am not going to preach, but I can give a long civil rights speech if you want that. I'm Michael Curry, and I'm the Senior Vice President and General Counsel for the Massachusetts League of Community Health Centers. For those who don't know, there are 52 community health centers in the state, serving over 1 million patients. And one of those health centers, yeah, was a woo in the back? And one of those amazing health centers in Massachusetts that's serving the communities that I grew up in, and many people did not know this, but I grew up right around the corner in Lenox Street Housing Projects. My mother, my sisters, and I got our care at Whittier Street, so this is very near and dear to me. So I get to represent all community health centers in the state, and on behalf of Jim Hunt, the president and CEO of the Massachusetts League of Community Health Centers, who couldn't be there tonight because he's at a conference that we're all supposed to be at in New Orleans, he sends his regards and congratulations to Frederica. On a personal note, besides growing up in Lenox Street Housing Projects and getting my care at Whittier Street, I was president of the NAACP for a number of years here in Boston. And I will tell you, when I think back to when I got elected and the people who called me to say, what do you need? How can I help? I know this work is important. And as you see, there's a little, anybody ever see the movie Sixth Sense with the little white kid who says, I see dead people?
Yes, yes.
Well, all this racism you see in the country existed way before Donald Trump. And if you didn't pay attention and you didn't see it, I tell people it's because you didn't want to see it. But there were people who understood the important work of civil rights organizations and NAACP, and one of them was Frederica. I will say this humbly on behalf of all of us in the civil rights community. Frederica, thank you for all the support you've shown us. Beyond the work of this building and these four walls, she's doing work in other ways that many people don't even know about. So on behalf of the NAACP and the Massachusetts League Community Health Centers, congratulations.
Okay.